All right, let's go ahead and pare down this list a little bit. Yeah, that hasn't worked in 35 years. I don't like people all that much, to tell you the truth. Geez, I'm so ripped already. Seems like a waste of time. Now, here's one I think I can sink my teeth into. This seems pretty realistic. Happy New Year and welcome to your Moment of Zed, the YouTube channel dedicated to the most beautiful car in the world, the BMW Z3, or as the folks in South Perthshire call it, the Z3. I'm Mark, and again, Happy New Year and welcome to my New Year's resolution special, I guess. I want to just go over what we're going to do as far as work on New Blue in the new year and what videos we're going to make. Hopefully, like most New Year's resolutions, I'll probably get half of them done if I'm lucky. Before we get into that, I have 3 Zeds of the week. And first up, we have Andrew from West Virginia with his 1.9 liter automatic. Now, like mine, it's a daily driver. He's put on an all-new exhaust, including a Cobra Sport stainless steel muffler. He's done LED light upgrades. He says his wife loves the car and thinks that he looks like James Bond when he drives it. Very nice. Next, we have Lewis from the Netherlands or Belgium. I'm not sure which, but his messages are in Dutch. I forgot to ask him. With his 1996 silver Z3 with 400,000 kilometers, that's 250,000 miles, believe it or not. Boy, I love those wheels. Now, Lewis has done a complete restoration on the car, including a bunch of rust removal and metal repair. Very impressive. And last but not least, Dayron from Mexico City with his 1998 2.8 liter automatic that was originally his grandfather's car. It's been passed to him. The family car is named Baby Blue. It has BBS RS rims that were painted rose gold. I really like those. It also has 25,000 miles, so nice low miles. Really the only other thing Dayron's done is added the colored lights for some nighttime effects. Very, very nice. As always, thank you so much, folks, for submitting your beautiful cars. Hey, we're starting to get caught up, but please keep sending them in. If you want to see your car on Zed of the Week, please follow the easy instructions in the description below. Now on to all the things we're going to do this year. So easiest to start at the front of the car, and first things first, and I showed this on a community post last year, got some issues with some peeling on my headlights. And what I think somebody did in the past was they put a tinted clear coat over the headlight covers because they were foggy. It made them look real nice. Matter of fact, I may do that again, but first I've got to get this old peeling tint off, and I'll probably make a video about that. Same thing's going on with the other side. Also on the front, we got some paint peeling on the nose. Gonna have to probably sand that down, color coat it and clear coat it. Starting to look pretty bad. I don't mind a little bit. It is a daily driver, but we're gonna work on that, I believe. So up under the hood, we're actually pretty lucky. We don't have a ton of stuff to do. She's in pretty good shape, knock on wood. But one problem I do have is a rattling DISA valve. That's right here. Now what the DISA valve does is it changes the length of the manifold runner to give you more torque at low RPMs and more horsepower at high RPMs, and it does that with basically a flapper valve. And in here is a diaphragm that controls that, and I believe that diaphragm's ripped. That's the most common thing. Now the DISA valve itself, there's no cheap Chinese knockoffs made, so it's about 500 bucks and it's an OEM part, but you can rebuild them. I'm going to try and rebuild mine. A little bit deeper in, we're due for another oil change and oil filter. Not going to make a video about that, but we're also due probably for coolant change, and looking a little deeper down, new belts. And I've also got an oil, well, drip, not leak, an oil drip, probably from the timing chain cover gasket, so I'm going to probably go ahead and change that out. While I'm in there, I will do timing chain guides more than likely, and I may do a water pump. As far as I know, this is the original water pump on this car, so I'm probably going to do that. If it's the plastic one, it's a lot of miles. I'm getting a little worried. That's pretty much it for under the hood, though. Heading into the interior, only a couple minor things. Want to work on restoring this leather a little bit, and I have some stuff I'm going to use for that. Started a video with it, but what I need is leather dye that matches this exact color, because I only need to do one side, so I'm going to try and match that up. And the only other minor thing in the interior is the hazard light switch that jams. I've got a new one, and I'm going to install that. It's just a matter of getting down in there, removing console plastic. It's probably much more complicated than I'm aware of. Moving on to the trunk. In my previous video, you saw me remove the spare tire carrier and the cage, and the holes are still there. This one, and then under here, that one. I know what I'm going to do with that now, and I've had some good suggestions from viewers. I certainly appreciate it. That'll be a video that should be coming out soon. That's a pretty simple one. Other than that, we're all set in the trunk. So underneath the car is where the fun and the expense is really going to kick in. So let's go under there and take a look. All right, so here we are, and excuse the lighting. I'm going to start with the low-hanging fruit first. I've been getting just the last couple days, been getting an ugly rattle, and I think it's from the resonator. So I think stuff inside the resonator is letting go. Hopefully it's not the cat, which I replaced last year in a video. I think I'm going to remove this and take a look inside in a video coming up soon, because the rattle's driving me crazy. And I might just delete that and straight pipe it, or I may just do a whole new exhaust from the cat back, maybe something a little sportier, as many of you have suggested, because this is all stock. We'll see. Depends on the expense. Another low-hanging fruit, changing out the differential fluid. That should be pretty easy. Not quite as easy and a little bit more expensive is going to be the differential bushing. And then I'm just going to go ahead and change out all of the bushings back here, no matter where they are. And new shocks, which I think I mentioned in a previous video. Like to replace these with Koni Sport shocks, and also replace the mounts. That was a suggestion from a viewer. And also redo the rear brakes, at least new discs and pads, if nothing else. So I think that's it for back here. Okay, so let's wrap this up by going under the front of the car. All right, so we're up underneath, and as I mentioned before, new belts. Try and track down the source of this oil drip I've got. It may be hard to see with the lighting under here, but again, I think that's a timing chain cover. Other than that, all new bushings. And when I say bushings on the back and the front, I'm talking about nice polyurethane bushings. Go ahead and redo the front brakes, if nothing else. New pads, new discs, maybe an upgrade as well. Depends on the cost. And probably the simplest thing, super low-hanging fruit, probably never been done and hard to see from here, but transmission oil change. Supposedly it lasts forever, but I just don't believe that. So there you have it, folks. Nothing more than that. Don't forget at the end of the year to call me out on all the things I didn't get done. I'd certainly appreciate that. If you enjoyed this content, please crush that like button as always. And until next time, remember, friends don't let friends drive boring.